it bigger. Okay.
Okay.
You have a range like this, right?
Okay.
A, B, C. A stands for astigmatism.
Right.
B is for baby, right?
Yes.
C is for cough.
Right.
So the first thing I create a range name as code. This is my code, right? I key in the
Okay.
name box code. I press enter. Now, from somewhere I use Vlookup and I put here V equals
Equals.
sign Vlookup. Can you still see my screen?
Yes.
Perfect. Vlookup. Let me go back again. Vlookup. Open parenthesis. I'm gonna look up at C5, for example. Later I will key the code later.
Okay.
Just like, yeah, C5. That's based on that,
That
right?
means you want to find the word
The
cough.
barcode, the code, right?
Okay.
I like to find the code. And
Mm.
then the table up array, I use the code I just create.
Oh,
Can you see the
so
code here?
wait, Jordan. So C5 is where you want the answer to appear?
No, C5 is the code. When you go check out, they scan the code and the code will appear here,
I don't
right?
understand why you have cell C5.
Okay. Let me create a receipt for you so you can understand clearly. This is my receipt here. I key receipt here, right?
Okay.
And from the receipt, I have the first column is the code, like a barcode, right?
Okay.
And then this is item here, right?
Okay.
Yeah. And the code, when you scan, it's going to be B or it's going to be C or it's going to be A, right? 1 second, I type in that. It's going to be C or it's going to be A. This is a code. So from the scanner, they scan that, right? And now from the item, I'd like to pick up if A display astigmatism, if B display baby, and if C display the cough for me. I don't
Okay.
need to type, right? So in that
Okay.
case, I use VLOOKUP because this function will search vertically in the range name, which one match, and then they display the related column.
Okay.
So I key here VLOOKUP and then open parenthesis. Lookup value, I look up B. So the computer based on B and go to the range I just create. The range I named that, remember last time we renamed as a code, right?
Okay.
And display what you want to display. I have only 2 columns, so must be 2 because I only have 2 columns. And ABC is column 1 for my range, right? And column B is column 2. So I use 2 and then I press enter. I have baby. And now
So
I'm gonna copy down.
when you put the word code in there,
Uh-huh.
that's like when you put the word code in the
Just like the
VLOOKUP.
barcode in real world.
No, I know, but when you put the word code,
Mm-hmm.
that's saying that's the range you want?
No, the code is the column name only. The code here and then below the code is the code
Oh,
B, code C, code A, right? And the
oh,
item
okay.
is the column name again from my receive. Yeah. So now, in case I have some more here, I have the price here. Astigmatism, you need to pay 100, for example. And then for baby delivery, you need to pay 1,500. And if you like to treat the code, you need to pay $50, for example. So now I have 3 columns in the range. Can you still see my Excel?
Yes.
Perfect.
I don't.
You don't, because you
No.
don't pay me. You are free, that's why you cannot see Excel.
You know, Jordan, it keeps disappearing and reappearing again.
Yeah, because
Well, I
internet,
think
that's the connection problem.
Well, I think what happens is every time, for example, Dory, when you say, uh-huh, it goes back to your face. When
Yeah.
Jordan says something, it goes to his face.
Yeah.
And when I
Oh,
say something, it comes to my face. So
oh,
maybe
Maybe that's from
we
the
just,
design. They design when the signal coming from which computer they pop up their face. Yeah, that's what they want. Okay, so in this case, I need to re. I just edit my range. I'm gonna go to name manager and then edit this range instead of A1 through B3. I'm gonna change to A1 through C3. I'm gonna change this one. Refer to A1 to C3. Okay. So now the range is going to be A1 to C3. Perfect. So if I like to have the price, I can add the price here. And the same way, I'm going to create a VLOOKUP, but this time the column for the price must be column 3, right? Are you there?
yes.
Okay, because you want to display the price, and from the range, the price must be column number 3. So the same, you look up the B here based on the code B,
Okay.
and
Jordan,
yes,
let's say, create a scenario for this. Let's say you have a long column and you want to find the 50, the one that says 50. How would you do that?
what you mean 60? Because they banned the code. So over here, we only had 3 different code, ABC only.
No, let's say here,
Mm-hmm.
the 50. You want to write a code to
To find what?
find the value of 50.
50, okay. That means you put the, yeah, that's what I say here. You find the first argument is what the code, right? And the second argument is the range name. So you're going to find in the code range, the table name code. And 50 belongs to column number 3 from the range, right?
Yes.
So you put the number 3, column number
Okay.
3, and then enter. Let's see, something wrong here. Let me check. We look up, I missed the UP. Like this. Yeah. So you track it down. You have the 50 there. So any price match exactly in the table. Can you see that?
Yes. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So the first column is,
The code. This one, the code. So when you show your items to the cashier, they scan the code and put it here. And based on the code, the VLOOKUP display the item description and display the unit price as well for you
I could tell
automatic.
I need a lot more practice.
Of course,
It's still
of course,
confusing.
yeah. If I have a real table with different price, and then you can create and a different column as well, many more columns, and then you can create your own VLOOKUP. And each lookup is just fine instead of vertically, they're gonna